It's Silas again, and we're just going to pick off from where we left off. So if you haven't seen it already, highly recommend watching my Get It Started video on how to get started making a campaign. In this little tutorial, we're going to talk about styling. Styling isn't a big topic, but you can get pretty far and pretty deep into the weeds. So I kind of hinted at it with the styling over here in our last tutorial, but we'll show you some more. And the first thing I want to do is go to the tutorial page. This is the documentation. Click the question mark. And if you're ever having any kind of issues with anything, this is a great place to look first. There's a lot of different notes here on how to do different things. First place we're going to look is style reference. So this is a pretty large section, and it covers how to add style to your text. The first thing are headers. You can see that each of these things begin with a pound sign, and when those things get rendered in the editor, they get turned into formatted headers. If this looks familiar to you, it very well might be, because this is Markdown. Markdown, if you haven't heard of it, is a text annotation formatting language, which sounds really scary, but essentially it just allows you to do stuff like this, where you add some symbols to your words and it automatically formats it. I honestly think that you'll probably learn better about style reference just from looking at these examples here in the style references. Again, that's go to the documentation, scroll down to style reference, click on that. You can also get there from scrolling down from the very top. But we'll walk through some of them with you right now, right here. So these are the headers. You can get smaller and smaller headers by adding more and more of these pound symbols. Another neat thing is these horizontal rules. If you want to separate sections in your notes, you add all 3 dashes, and now you've got this gorgeous horizontal rule across your notes. If you use Discord or Slack, and there are a few other tools out there as well, this might be familiar to you, but if you surround a word with asterisks or with underlines, it'll change the formatting of the text. And that is because they're using Markdown as well. It works in Codium as well. You can add these asterisks or underlines, and you'll get formatted text. You can see there's some other stuff here. You probably won't be using this in campaigns very much, but again, if you want to, it's there. Lists, this is pretty straightforward. If you want lists that go deeper, you can add a couple of spaces before putting that dash in, and I can show you that in a second. So if I've got my list of notes and I want to make a subnote, and I want that one to have a subnote as well, we can do that, and now you can see my notes have subnotes, they're nested. We're going to go back to this documentation here, back to the style reference. So you got lists. There are lists as well, or links I mean. Links are incredible. If you've watched the last video, you've seen some of the stuff you can do with them. All links, pretty much every single character on the top of the keyboard can create some type of link. Different symbols are used for different things. I'll get into a bit more of that later in a later video, but the ones for all your notes are these ones down here. So the @ symbol, exclamation point, pound sign, percentage sign, or the caret. Each of these, when you click on it, it will take you to a new note, and that's what I have to do. An important thing to note is that anything with spaces in it is going to need these brackets around it. Otherwise, it's not going to know when the note begins and when it ends. You also can't add numbers. It's really just characters. You can add dashes. You can add, I think slashes will work, and apostrophes. So typical things you'd see in a name of something, but numbers won't, and other like weird characters like parentheses probably won't work either. Besides linking to stuff inside your notes, you can also link to outside documents. So by formatting things with braces and then in parentheses after it a link, you can create a link to something else. So link becomes the text link. This is the thing it actually links to, and if I click on this, it takes me to Google. Neat. Dice, another great thing you can link. All I have to type is D4. So if I type 3D4, I'll show you over here, 3D4, and I click on that, it's going to roll me 3D4. If I want to do bigger numbers, for example, I could do 3d20, or even I can make my own ones. So if for whatever reason I wanted 3d58, I could roll d58s, and those will show up here in gold. Pretty sure you can even do, will d1000 work? D100 seems to be the biggest number. D100. Yeah, if you want numbers bigger than D100s, I don't know, you're going to have to find something else. Let's go back to this tutorial here, or this style reference. Besides the dice, you can include images. Images are super easy to include. All you have to do is include a link to the image and put it in braces. Braces are a common theme for all the linking stuff. If you want to link to something, it's generally safe to put it in braces. For images, you don't even have to put anything before or after. It will just replace the entire thing with the image. And I can show you, again here, if I just type that out there, now I've got a giant dragon. And I was going to text below it, text below, and we'll make it italics. Text below. Incredible. The last thing, if you wanted to, you can add inline HTML. This is kind of an advanced feature, but for the programmers out there, you can actually just directly insert your HTML styling. So if I want to make this red, type this out. Again, if this doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry about it. You really don't need it unless you want to do some really fancy stuff. So, that's styling. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them below and I'll try to get back to you. And I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm Silas. This is CodeM Tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. See you in the next video.